Here we go. A GOAT retires and a GOAT stays for one more year. It's the truth with BG.
And you already know who this is. JC. Let's go.
Take a second to talk to you about underdogs. I know Lane and Chris just talked about this, but I don't think that it's been beat home enough. Howie Roseman, a few years ago, was relinquished of all control pretty much of this organization. He was put in the side, he was put in the side of the building where I didn't see him for over a year. 2 years ago, when they made a decision, he came out of there a different man. He came out of there with a purpose and a drive to make this possible. And I saw a different Howie Roseman, an underdog. Doug Peterson. When Doug Peterson was hired, he was rated as the worst coaching hire by a lot of freaking analysts out there in the media. This past offseason, some clown named Mike Lombardi told him that he was the least qualified head coach in the NFL. You saw a driven Doug Peterson, a man who went for it on 4th and down. Went for it on 4th and down in the Super Bowl with the trick play. He wasn't playing just to go mediocre. He's playing for a Super Bowl. And it don't stop with him. It does not stop with him. Jason Peters was told he was too old. Didn't have it anymore. Before he got hurt, he was the best freaking tackle in the NFL. Big B was told he didn't have it. Stephen Wisniewski ain't good enough. Jason Kelce's too small. Lane Johnson can't lay off the juice. Brandon Brooks has anxiety. Carson Wentz didn't go to a Division I school. Nick Foles don't got it. Mark Clement's too slow. Garrett Blunt ain't got it anymore. Jay and John can't stay healthy. Torrey Smith can't catch. Nelson Aguilar can't catch. Zach Ertz can't block. Brett Selleck's too old. Brandon Graham was drafted too high. Vinny Curry ain't got it. Mo Allen can't fit the scheme. Michael Thomas can't fit the scheme. Nigel Bradham can't catch. Jalen Mills can't cover. Patrick Robinson can't cover. It's the whole team. Organization with a bunch of driven men to accomplish something. We're a bunch of underdogs. And you know what underdogs is? It's a hungry dog. And Jeff Stalin has had this in our building for 5 years. It's a quote in the O-line room that has stood on the wall for the last 5 years. Hungry dogs run faster. And that's this team.
What's going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the very first episode of The Truth, where not all Eagle fans agree on everything. And this is definitely the spot where this shit about to go down.
Oh yes, able. Oh yes, I'm stable. Oh yes, no label. Oh yes, you know me. I have only the best. I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going.
This is why we started this, because of you. We started I'm tired of listening to your, fantasy that you living in right now. Always talking about 17-0 until proven otherwise. BS!
I'll be number one, working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah. Fatal like a gun.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I was pretty close last year thinking
we could have easily won those 3 games.
So I gotta get through it, and the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing.
Right?
Never give up, never slow till I find
Look, we lost.
Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep
moving.
Yeah, I put it hard, it's hard, it's my only medicine, yeah. Everything genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in.
Yes, sir.
Kelce. Every time I hear that,
himself.
me up.
Yo,
Everybody's
hey.
too slow, and fat, and lazy, and ain't got enough talent. I love it, baby. I love it, man. Long live number 62, man. Long live number 62.
Facts, man. Hey, look, that was a perfect way to open up this segment. You know what I mean? A tribute to number 62 himself. Not only one of the best centers in Philadelphia Eagles history, but in the NFL, like the best one I've ever seen. So definitely one day, Jason Kelce will have a statue somewhere outside the link, somewhere next to the underdog Rocky Balboa himself. So definitely, man. Hey, man, let's go, man. Yo, that was perfect.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome, man. How's everybody doing? Welcome to episode 17 of The Truth. Hopefully our boy Wade, I sent him the link. He'll be up in here shortly. Man, it is good to be back on this microphone talking some Eagles football. And we're going to start out with the two big ones, man. Kelce retiring. How'd you feel about that retirement speech in the first place? I thought it was long. I thought it was a little dramatic. But it was all Jason Kelce.
I can't wait to hear his Hall of Fame speech, because that was right there. That could have been a Hall of Fame speech right there, man. But hey, I don't expect anything less than Jason Kelce, addressing the Philadelphia Eagle fan, the media. It was mainly for them. It wasn't for the outside world. It was mainly for them. And he went out with a bang, just like the Super Bowl speech. Just like, him being the heart and soul on that offensive line, a leader on that team. I mean, look, it was perfect, man. It wasn't too long. I mean, because he played 13 years. Sure, it could have been longer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, it was very emotional, truthful. I mean, he let it all out. He left it all on the field and definitely left it all in that press conference, man.
I do think he should get that statue in Mummers outfit. That would be legit in the front of the league, right next to Nick Foles and Dougie P. Because at least he's been here for 13 years. Those guys were here for a couple of years, and they got a statue. He deserves one for sure.
Yeah, but see, if he gets one, then does Brendan Graham? Hey, does he get one of him stripping Tom Brady?
We had to wait for that to when Brandon Graham retires, because our boy Brandon Graham is back for one more year, baby.
Yep, one more year.
Back. He back, man. He back, man. But let's go before we get to Graham. Kelce retired. What does that mean for the Philadelphia Eagles to you?
I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Because Kelce, look, he saw this coming, and he helped the Philadelphia Eagles draft his replacement. So, and his replacement literally had I think 2 years under his belt now, or 1 year. Like, when did Cam Jurgens get drafted? Like 2 years ago, right? I think 2 years.
Yeah, it'd be his third year for sure.
Yeah, so that'd be his third year. So he had plenty of opportunities to learn from one of the greats. So yes, it's it's a sad day because he is retired, and I feel like that he probably could have played another season. But guess what, man? He's leaving on his own, healthy, right? Like, his mind is perfectly fine. His family, his brother. So he left it all on the field. So him leaving, I mean, it's just, we knew this day was coming. So better now than ever, But look, we got his replacement.
But do we? Because just like when we drafted Landon Dickerson, Cam played some nice right guard last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got used to it. He played some good right guard. Do you think that it's automatically his if we try to find a new right guard? Or should we keep him at right guard and go after one of these centers like Powers from Oregon?
But we already got a right guard that we drafted last year. Steen.
He was a tackle.
I mean, then he played guard too last year.
He didn't play that good when he played.
But I mean, yeah, because he just got thrown in there. Remember, somebody went down. Who was it that went down? And then he stepped in.
I think it was
You
Cam.
know,
Cam out for a couple of games.
yeah. So he stepped in. So I think with another off season under his belt, he will be just fine, man. Look, me personally, I put Cam at center because that's why he was drafted to play center. He was drafted, highly recommended by Jason Kelce himself. So why are we not going to use the guy that's been learning under Jason Kelce, right? To just jump in, replace him. And plus, I'm pretty sure Kelce is still going to talk to him. Hey, look, remember what I told you. Remember what I told you. This. He's been under the system going on his third year. Steen, hey, look, we could groom him another offseason, him between Cam and Lane Johnson. Look, I think we'll be fine. Now, could we draft some more offensive linemen? Absolutely. But I think that we have the starters intact already on the Philadelphia Eagles with Mariota, with Dickerson, with Cam, with Steen, and Lane Johnson. So, like, I wouldn't go out and draft a high right guard and then try to say, hey, you're our new our new right guard or center. We got the pieces in place already. Yes, we need more depth, but we definitely got the pieces in place.
Yeah, I can see that. And even if worst comes to worst, Camp comes around, and Steve's not doing what you want him to. There are some free agent right guards out there. If you need to throw a little bag his way for here, go that route with it too as well. So yeah, man, I'm all in for it. Like I said, we knew this day. Like you said, we knew this day was coming. The day is here. It could have been last year. It could have been year before last, and it's finally here. We just got to accept it and love it as Eagles fans. He put in his time. He put in his work. He's a GOAT. Like you said, one of the greatest centers to ever play this game. And everybody going to respect him for that moving on forward. So, let's talk about the other one, Mr. BG in the building, man. BG, straight up, this guy. He's coming back on a discounted rate one more time. To lay it all on the line one more time and be with the Philadelphia Eagles. How you feel about the re-sign of BG?
Yo, I'm happy for it, man, because I could not imagine, and I tweeted out today, I could not imagine losing both Kelce and BG in one off season. Like one off season, you lost your heart and soul on the offensive line and your heart and soul on the defensive line. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what's going to happen with Fletch. But I'll tell you right now, with BG coming back, he definitely going to have at least keep, our defensive line at least intact, if nothing else, right? The motivational speaker that he is, you know what I mean? The rah-rah type of guy. I mean, this dude, the trash talker he is. So we still got a little fire, with BG coming back for his farewell tour, man. And I'm excited that we have so many Philadelphia Eagle legends that's willing to retire in midnight green instead of them going to another team that decided to retire to hang it up in midnight green. So why not? I'm happy for it. One more year.
OG Wade in the building.
Dude, what's up, bro?
How you doing?
What's good with you?
Doing good, man. Thanks for stopping by, my guy. We ain't been on here in a while. I'm like, let's get OG, because I've been looking at your tweets, man. You be coming raw at them. I want to get your phone here so you can explain some of these tweets you've been tweeting out there, my guy.
Yeah, sorry about that name up there. I don't know how to. That's my son's thing. I don't know what he did to my phone.
Now we know this OG, right? OG.
Yeah.
OG. Look at that. They know what time it is. OG. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, these dudes be tripping, man, on this Twitter, man. I'll be like, I'll be shaking my head. I don't understand how these guys don't understand this game. It's real simple. But I guess it is what it is.
How you feeling about Kelce? We just got off the Kelce talk. How you feeling about Kelce?
I'm happy for the brother, man. He put his work in. He served it. You know what I mean? To me, the greatest Eagle ever so far. You know what I mean? Until Jalen puts it in. But that's Kelce's my dude, man. I met him down in Seattle at one of his events, and we had a good time. Also, ironically, I met it was Fletcher was down there as well, and I was with Ike and with WIP, the radio station. So I do a lot of stuff with them. but it was a nice down to earth dude. I think he's I think he's the greatest Eagle so far. I mean, in terms of so my thing is about accomplishments. If you ain't won a championship for us, I'm not saying you ain't on that level, but I got to put the guy that's actually won over top of the guy that ain't won.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Right. What about his replacement? Steen's the guy?
No, Cam Jurgens, Howie had a plan, and the plan was, and Kelce had a part in this. Kelce helped us pick this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's been sitting there waiting, and I damn sure don't want to see him at guard no more. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a horrible experience. So center is where we drafted him for. Center is where he should play this year. And Tyler Steen should be able to move right over to that guard spot. Howie did a hell of a job.
Listen to me.
Yeah, he did a hell of a job with the picks and how he set everything up. So the plan is, and keep Dickerson at his all-pro spot where he's at. I'm telling you, and you got to understand, this couldn't have happened at a better time. Kelce retiring, because had Kelce come back, Kelce would be at first base just like everybody else, because we into a new offense now, right? So why not implement the new center when him and Jalen can get on that same accord right now? You got to understand, Jalen was meeting with Stout and Jason every Monday and going over line protections and everything. That's unheard of for a quarterback to do that. But every Monday, Jalen and Stout meets and they go over that. So Jalen already knows how to call protections. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of the guys picking up the block. Everybody keeps saying he struggled to pick up no, he didn't struggle. He's seen the damn blitz coming. But if your guys aren't picking it up, what the hell are you going to do?
Right.
That's all.
Or your office coordinators are not, calling the right plays against the blitz that's coming. Like, there's only so much you could do as a quarterback. And we saw it from last year when Shane Steichen, like you saw when the blitz was coming, there was a hot read, like right there, the middle, I'm a screen out to the flat. Somewhere in there was a quick throw for Jane to say, boom, they're coming. Let me get rid of it. This year, just like the blitz was coming and he run right up the middle because there was nowhere to go. Nobody, like the middle is wide open. If only we had some kind of good play calling, just hurry up, a quick, 5 yards, turn around, boom. That would prevent all this. Oh, Jalen cannot read defense and Jalen this. It wasn't his fault, man. Yes, there's some things there that I'm like, come on, Jalen, man, get rid of it or this and that. But 9 times out of 10, he had no options but to just hold it, get sacked, or just run right into the blitz.
Mm-hmm. A lot of times, if you look at, I try to tell everybody, and I don't know why they look at me like I'm talking French or something. Whenever you change an offense, you are setting the quarterback back. Coming into this year, we just came off of a Super Bowl. You knew we were coming in with a new defensive scheme. Why in the hell would you change the defensive scheme and your offense? And then not only that, but the offense that you choose to run is the one that Frank Wright ran in Indianapolis that got his ass fired.
Right.
Nick Sirianni is so dedicated and devoted to Frank Wright more so than his own damn team. He got fired for running that offense in Indiana, and you're going to try to do that shit here? It was just crazy. If you look at these route concepts, you had 2 receivers running the same route on an out that was only 5 yards apart. So really, one corner could have guarded 2 receivers at one time. And then everybody, that was a blown play. No, because I seen it in the Seattle game, and then we seen it in the Giants game. So don't tell me it was a blown damn coverage. A blown assignment. No, it was the same assignment because these same 2 receivers is over at the same spot. Remember, Jalen threw the interception in the Seattle game. Why was that an interception? Because there was 2 receivers in the same area. Same thing that happened in the Giants game. It just wasn't picked off. It was actually defended, perfectly or whatever you want to call it. It's just, dude, it's just so simplistic. But it seemed like Nick Sirianni tries to do stuff to make people think that he's worthy now. Like I think it affects him, the fact that people say, well, what do he do? You know what I'm saying? It's okay, brother, if you just a delegator. It's okay. There's a lot of successful coaches that done the same exact thing that you're doing. You don't have to go out there and try to reinvent the wheel. We should have came back with the same RPO offense. We was running the offense out of the pistol.
Yeah.
The same offense that Frank Wright was running in Indianapolis and that he took to Carolina. I mean, this is not rocket science, bro. This is football. It's simple. We the ones that makes it difficult. Like you trying to do all these nuances and all that. Though when you seen no routes going over the middle of the field, I've never seen that in my life. I've been around this game a long time. I've never seen that few of routes being ran over the middle. Dallas Goedert is a seam route guy. He gets up that seam and he can go. We didn't utilize him. We underutilized Zacchaeus. We underutilized Swift. It was just, it was just too much. And then all of this other turmoil comes. It's sad, bro. The way that this season went, to me, it was a big mistake because this was a year that we could have actually gotten back. We were 10-1. We could have had the 1 seed. We could have been in the Super Bowl. But for some odd reason, these players couldn't get it together. And by and large, in my opinion, I think it helped Kelce make his decision to retire because whatever's going on in that locker room did not get fixed, and it's still not fixed.
Ooh.
It's still not fixed.
Key right there. It's still not fixed?
Nope. It's still not fixed. Because whenever you got two veteran players, Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelce, playing at the level that some people argue with me, oh, they weren't playing at a high. I say they were playing at a high level. Okay. Retiring, that lets you know that they're not willing to put up with the bullshit that's going on in that locker room. You don't just fall off the cliff. You don't just lose games to the Cardinals, the Giants,
right?
We beat all the good teams. We beat.
Yeah.
We beat Kansas City. We beat Buffalo. We beat Miami. We beat Dallas. You know what I'm saying? You wait to lose all of these games to these bad teams. That's in the locker room problem that's going on between two so-called alpha males, AJ and Jalen. Whatever they got going on, it's bad. Ooh. Everybody says, "Oh, it ain't okay." Let me give you some proof. AJ was selected to go to the All-Star game, right? The Pro Bowl. I'm sorry, the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
He opted out. Jalen was a what? Was a alternate, right? So if you and Jalen was having issues during the season that broke y'all down, wouldn't you be trying to rekindle that? So what better place to rekindle that in Hawaii at the Pro Bowl?
Nah, I think that AJ was hurt. I mean, that's why he didn't play in the playoff game.
Jalen was hurt all year, though.
Like, why would you not play in a playoff game, right, when your team needs you, and then play in a Pro Bowl? Like, I just think that the injury was more serious than we think. But I don't think there's a bad vibe between AJ and Jalen at all. I mean, but it's sports though, right? I mean, if things ain't going well, guess what? We all trying to pick, oh my God, you see how he look at AJ. Hey, you see how he look at Jalen. Oh my God, Kelce is over here talking on the sideline. That's not the problem. The problem is Fletcher Cox and Kelce both was on 1-year deal, right? Kelce back-to-back years, they had to bag him to come back. So he always said that he wanted to retire and go play with his kids on his own, walking off the field, not crawling off the field. Now his mind is gone. So I really think that this was a hard decision for him because of, yes, the way the season ended. Like I was telling BG throughout the whole season, these guys was mentally exhausted. Every game, they was fighting to get back into the game, right? Overtime and like playing deep into the fourth quarter. But then when we started losing, all that mojo, and now you start getting tired emotionally, physically, and now the rumors are coming out that are not true, that players came out and said, I didn't say that. That's not true. So until these players come out and say it themselves, and we do got some alpha males that will come out and say it, like AJ. He called that radio station to try to clear everything up. So I really don't think it was an issue within the locker room. I just think the losing with the coaching staff was the problem. Like, there's no adjustments that was happening during a six game. Like, any team would be like, you know what? I don't know what else to do. And that's when the rumors came out.
All right, let me give you some more proof. AJ came on the radio station. He stated these things. This is not OG's words. AJ said, I'm the one that stands up to the bully.
Yeah.
I'm the one that holds my teammates accountable. I'm the one that have uncomfortable conversations in the locker room.
Right.
I'm that guy. This is what he said. He also said that he works hard. No one on that team works harder than him. He the hardest worker on that team. He know that for sure. My question to AJ was this here. If that is your style of leadership, how did it help us? Because we went 1-7. So if you're holding these guys accountable, right? Where's the results? Because here's the accountability that I'm talking about. Where was AJ when shit got tough? See, he wasn't talking. This is what captains do. The ones that wear that C. The reason why you wear the C is because you're the one that's selected to talk to the media. AJ goes no show. But so what that does is that put pressure on the other captains, the other leaders. See, you trying to pick and choose when you want to speak up.
Yeah.
AJ, you're needed when it's tough. You're not needed when everything's going good. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen AJ get his feelings hurt in that Giants game when he fumbled that ball and he stayed on that turf.
That's facts.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That's facts.
I don't think AJ's knee was that bad. We've seen AJ make that catch and that tackle many times, and he gets up. So I'm going to hold off on that, and I'm going to give him, a little sprained knee. There is no reason for you, when you know things are not going well with you and your counterpart, because he admitted it. He said, I asked him, what's going on with you and Jalen? He said, everybody has rifts. So he's admitting that him and Jalen had a rift, because he said we all had rifts. So he admitted that he was having a rift with Jalen. My thing is, when is it going to be fixed? Because there's a time in the Pro Bowl that you could have went and spent some time with your brother.
Even if you didn't
have to play in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
But you could have went over there and just enjoyed yourself, and then but you stayed away from him. AJ had an escape room set up, right?
Though. Is it because the media and the teams and the coaches and the GM all put it on Jalen to be that guy? And like AJ said, Jalen's not the guy on the team for that. I'm the guy on the team. And maybe that was a clash that, everybody wants Jalen to be the leader, but in reality, it's AJ, and we're looking at the wrong guy.
Let me give you a more realistic point of view on that. There is no question about Jalen's leadership in that locker room. Let's get that straight right now. There is none. The question came from the media because they trying to bully Jalen into talking with them. Jalen don't fuck with the media. Okay? Right. So he don't deal with them. Howard Eskins is one of the guys that put this stuff together. I know what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? So what they trying to do, they see that he's strong-minded. He's a strong-minded man. You can't break him. That's detrimental to a media. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of media guys, and one of the guys said, and he was the one that was the most honest. He said, there's nothing wrong with Jalen Hurts' leadership. He said, and his style of leadership. He said, it's not conducive for the media. He said, but he's good for his team. He said, we want him to be more in with us, but he's good for the team. You dig what I'm saying? We have to be able to step back and look at this stuff and try to lay it out, because no one's going to come out and tell you exactly what's going on. The problem was AJ was bullying Johnson, the offensive coordinator. He was straight up chumping him. He was intimidated by AJ. Okay, that's Jalen's boy too. So Jalen feels a sense of responsibility because he brought AJ here, and you here acting a damn fool. You know, what the hell you doing, bullying your damn coach, intimidating your coach? Fuck is you. So I believe Jalen probably said something to AJ, and AJ said, "I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do." You know what I'm saying? And they never got back on that same track. When I seen Julio Jones, Jalen threw Julio Jones 3 touchdowns in that Cardinal game, I knew it was something then. I knew something was up then. After this part, a certain part of the season, you've never seen Jalen and AJ in the same picture together on the sideline. You never seen AJ go up for a ball. Everything AJ went for was here. You never seen him high point another ball from that one game, from that Arizona game on. You never see, and even further, I seen a change in his play. I seen a change in his effort.
But that was way before the Arizona game.
That was after the 6-game stretch, though, for real, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the 50 up in here. Hit that like on all channels. Make sure you subscribe. But that was after the 6-game stretch. And AJ even said something about that 6-game stretch.
Yes.
He said it publicly.
Listen, guys, you gotta.
He said it all in that interview, actually. If you think about it, if you really listen to what he was saying, he did say all this stuff in the interview.
You got to know how to read it. AJ didn't come on there sticking up for his teammates. He came on there because he wanted to defend what he put out on K. Adams. The fact that he didn't make it clear that he wanted to be in Philly. He left it out there in the air. So he wanted to try and change that trajectory. So he came there selfishly. He came on the radio to speak up for AJ. He said he came on there to speak up for his brothers. That's bullshit. Dude, I've been on teams. I've seen this movie before. I know it. I know what's going on. I know
So I think that we're digging very, very early because of our past with T.O. and McNabb. Every little thing is like, oh my God,
McNabb was different. McNabb took a soul to soul for Chucky Campbell soup commercial, and T.O. didn't like that.
DB, let me say this here. Every time this issue come up, right? You know what throws it off is when people say they're trying to characterize him as T.O. Guess what? I've never in my mind compared him and T.O. because I knew what the T.O. thing was about. T.O. wanted his money. This here is different. This ain't about money. This is about AJ wanting to get what he wants by all costs. AJ being that guy that he said he is. He's the one that holds people accountable. See, there's a way you lead. There's a style. And Jalen always say this when people talk about his greatness of being a leader. He says that my teammates have to want to be led. They have to want me to lead. They have to choose me to lead them. I can't just be a leader if they don't want to be led by me. He's always said that. This is what y'all have to understand. AJ has never been a leader. This is his first time being in the
Titans.
No, he didn't wear no C there. He ain't had no clout there. That's why they got him out of there. We sit here and we receive a talented player, top 3 receiver. But let's understand something. AJ was not no top 10 receiver in Tennessee.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
he was. Yes, he was.
AJ, if he would have got more targets, he had less targets, but pretty much the same stats as all the top receivers. That's what.
But AJ was also hurt in Tennessee. Also, he was also hurt.
Derrick Henry got
stayed hurt at Tennessee.
Hey, I don't need the excuses. All I'm telling you, AJ became this top 3 receiver in Philly. In Tennessee,
but he was already a top 3 receiver. That's why we gave up a first round for him. Like AJ was already a top receiver. He was just
No.
hurt with Tannehill, but also Tennessee was a running team. Also,
Yeah.
But
it was
you making mistakes and you making excuses for why he was.
But that makes.
Yeah, you just.
But
said
I
it.
can't. If I'm a wide receiver, I can't throw the ball to myself.
Okay, I
The
agree
game
with.
plan is not set for me.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But I'm trying to tell you, you're telling me why he didn't have the numbers. I'm telling you, okay, I agree with you why he didn't have. Those are the reasons why he wasn't a top 10 receiver. He comes here, he's what now? A top 3 receiver. Why? Because of the offense that we run it, because of the passes Jalen throw. So it's a collective thing. They are brother. Like, you can't be a great receiver without having a quarterback that give you those opportunities. Jalen can't be a great quarterback without having a receiver that will go up and catch those, make them tough catches and get them yak yards. So they need one another. But I want people to understand that let's not act like Jalen, that AJ came here like that. He did not. AJ, this is new for him. This is new for him to be a leader.
I get what you're saying in the sense of
Jalen's always been a leader.
Actually putting up the numbers behind it. I get that. Because like we said, we were telling you why he didn't put the numbers up to make him the top receiver. But when he got here, he was the top receiver by putting the numbers up because he had the opportunity to do it.
There you go. You know, now I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's a great player. But here's one of the problems that I had when getting him, or whenever we talking about top 3 receivers. I tell people you don't need them to win a Super Bowl. Right. If you look at the teams that's winning right now, they're winning because the quarterback has the ability to play free. When you deal with a top receiver like that, they're demanding.
But what's Travis Kelce did, if you're saying that? Because I know he's considered a tight end, but he's definitely the best receiving tight end of all time.
So you got the talent in AJ, but there's a gift and a curse with that. Because the gift is you get all of his talent. The curse is you get the bullshit that comes with it. Can you handle it? But you
say that with every top receiver that Philly had. Yes. From D-Jack, from T.O., from AJ. But those guys are game changer. You need those guys on your team because they make everybody else better. You know, so
that's where we
But how did we get to the Super Bowl last year with AJ, right? His leadership style didn't change. Hurt's leadership style didn't change. We was winning. Winning cures everything. So it's hard for me to
didn't talk so much last year. Do you guys agree? He wasn't as talkative last year as he is this year. What he was this year.
Yeah, that's true. The key to what we're looking at. See, when you talking about, like, we're generalizing now. Ooh. You got to also understand that the reason why we got to the Super Bowl is because we had a weak schedule. We really didn't play nobody. So whenever you get to a Super Bowl, you can always go. The team that makes it to the Super Bowl is pretty much the team that had the least resistance. You see what I'm saying? You seldomly go see a team that go to the Super Bowl that have a tough schedule like we had. But we still was in position to be there. But there's ebb and flows to this thing. Everything has to work right. When Jalen says at press conferences, it takes all of us. I think we think that he's just saying shit. Bro, it takes everybody to win. Everybody has to be on the same page. When Jalen fakes the ball to Swift, right? Swift sees a blitz coming in. He vacates the handoff and tries to go for the block, and the ball gets fumbled. Guess who gets that turnover? Jalen. But you just vacated. Your responsibility was to take the ball, but you went on and went for the block. Bro, it takes all of them. And that's not just a word game. It means do your job. If everybody did their damn job, we would not be sitting here talking. How many times you seen Cam Jurgens miss a block that went and got Jalen sacked? This is not one mysterious play. This is play after play. Cam Jurgens was probably the worst damn guard in the NFL last year. we keep wanting to say, "Oh, Jalen can't read that." You can read the defense all the hell you want, but if the blitz ain't being blocked up, you getting sacked or you got to run out. People look at our formations. We run a 2-by-3. A 2-by-3 is 2 receivers on one side and 3 on the other side, right? Or a 3-by-1. That's when we move them. That's how defenses decide where they're going to bring their blitz. And then they pushing Jalen to a direction that they know that he's not, that comfortable going. Dude, this game is so easy to look. I'm looking at this game. I'm like, as soon as you put that guy in motion and take him from that 3-by-1, that defense coordinator, they change the blitz and we'll bring it from this side. So it doesn't matter what side you put the protection on. They know the holes in our offensive scheme schematically. You see what I'm saying? When did we run 12 personnel? We hardly don't ever. We sitting there with 3 Grant Calcaterra, Albert O, and Dallas Goedert.
But how did it work for 11 weeks and you tell me you only won 1 game after that?
It's crazy, man. I mean, it was just an abundance of things, but I'm able to compartmentalize and put my finger on something because I focus on that one thing, and then I'll go to something else. But you got to be able to see the game within the game. That's where we go wrong as fans. If you're going to be a content creator, if you're going to be a guy that research and that love this game and is a fan of this game, study this game. I'm telling you, it's clear. It's day. It's clear. It ain't even close. But we don't. We get on these, and people just start blaming, and it's not about blame. It's about being able to identify a weakness or something where something is going wrong, and how do we fix it?
That's great. I agree with you. Like it is crazy to see. I don't know where JC went. Hopefully he'll hop back on. But yeah, man, it's crazy because I didn't notice a lot of this stuff happening. Like I sit back and I think like there's nothing logical. Like now that you say that it was all about the beef, it had to be because there's nothing logical to tell you why you lose out 6 out of 7 games. There's nothing logical. But hey, you lost 6 out of 7 games. You couldn't come back. Not one. You seen the Chiefs. The Chiefs were the same predicament we were in.
Yeah.
The Chiefs were in the same predicament we were in. But when it came playoff time and when it came time to grind, the Chiefs made up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Chiefs did. They got back in the playoff football, but we didn't hit that switch. Like I heard someone say, was there a switch to hit? Or were we that far down in a rabbit hole that we couldn't come out of it?
Dude, we couldn't, in that Arizona game, we couldn't stop nothing. Nothing. We put up, 35 points in that game? How do you lose a game where you put up 35 points? We lost that game. It was just embarrassing. This is the worst defensive team that I've ever seen since I've been in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Coaching, man.
It's the worst.
Like, coaching was horrible, man. Like, I can't even blame the players this past season. Like, I really can't. Like, our coaching staff was so bad. Like, they were so inexperienced. Like, they made no adjustments. If the thing we did every Sunday didn't work, they didn't care. When you have an NFL player on Monday Night Football calling your plays out, that's ridiculous. That's embarrassing. Right then and there, all the coaches should have been fired. There's no way, because now, guess what? All the other coaches is going to look at, hey, there we go. The telltale sign is coming. That's why they were able to get the blitz off so successful, because we did no adjustment. Coaching was so bad that this is the only season I might give the players a break, because it didn't matter how much points we scored. We still was losing games because, like, defense was out of whack. Bird, Byers, all pro safety looked like poop out there. I'm like, what is going on? How our players look so mid? Because coaching matters. Like, it really does.
Let me say this here. When we played the Cowboys here, and you know what? We had lost to the Cowboys. After the Cowboys lost, right?
When at home?
Trey Thomas, remember, used to be the tackle.
We beat him.
Trey Thomas came on WIP, and he said that the Eagles' offensive line is tipping off what their plays are. Since then, we went 1-6. The offensive line players, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, and all of them are tipping off the plays the way that they stance. That moment, Stout's supposed to make them adjustments because Trey Thomas, I'm sure he didn't just tell us. You see what I'm saying? Why was nothing? Why no change? Why no change? It goes back to what you just said. You have to make adjustments, man. When teams find you out, because they will. This is the NFL. That's what they do. So it's not surprising to me that a player on TV can sit there and call out your plays. That's not the embarrassing part, because that's just the part that's just film studying. I hope we don't think that every game we go out there, we run different plays, because you don't. These guys ain't that damn smart. They run the same plays. That is your system. You learn it. It's an input. You get that in training camp. And this is what you're going. Now, you have all of these plays that you're going to run. Now, of course, you go in games and you run different ones, but they're all the same plays. All you got to do is watch enough game tape. You'll learn anybody's offense, but you still got to stop it. That's where talent comes in at. That's where doing your job comes in at. Because when you design these plays, you're designing them to be open here, to be open there, as long as everybody doing their job. So you can know what I'm doing, but then you got to stop me. That's where talent comes in at.
That's true too. The running game, he did. Swift was out every second quarter. That was pissing me off too. And why doesn't he play in the second and third quarter? You see him in the first and fourth quarter, but you don't see him in the second and third quarter. Like, I feel like we got sabotaged, man, for real, for real.
In the way you did, but you got sabotaged by your own coach. Because I don't think that Sirianni knew how to make the adjustments. I don't think he knew how to fix. See,
that's what we paid him for. That's the reason why he's our head coach. He's supposed to be the offensive guru, the big offensive mind.
But do you think if they did not do the switch on the defensive side, as far as coaches, that he would have probably switched on the offensive side? But he didn't want to do both. He was either, because defense was so bad, was letting us down, that our offense was putting up points. Our offense wasn't really the issue. But since he made the switch on the defensive side, how would it look if he made the switch on the offensive side? And now you really don't know what the hell is going on, and now you really going to get it.
You know what it is, man? It was so many things. We forgot that Jalen played half the season with a bad knee.
The whole season, I feel like he was hurt from week one.
Right. But so you have that. Then you have Sirianni not being able to control the mental of the team, because you had Reddick and him was arguing on the sideline. He told Reddick, get out there and do your damn job, because Reddick was cursing out the defensive coordinator. See what I'm saying? You got that problem. Now you got the problem that you have to make some changes because you got the reporters saying, why y'all don't do it motion? Here's why the Eagles don't do motion. Let me just let everybody know, because everybody think, oh, if you motion, you'll open. Here's what motion does. Motion makes the quarterback have to now reset the protection. He has to figure out so when when you don't motion, Jalen comes out there and he gets the count. He goes, hut, hut, hut. He's doing that so that he can see what the defense is going to be doing. That's the time that normal to other teams motion. So he uses his motion is him saying hut, 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 trying to get them. So he comes out the huddle and he's reading what's in the box. So if he knows if he's going to do a running play or a pass play or if he's going to keep it, you know what I'm saying? So if you're motioning and then that defensive players move, now he has to reevaluate the assessment of the defensive line of alignment. So this is why they don't motion. You don't need the motion to win. We freaking won without all that crap. You think what I'm saying? So the teams that do it, okay, if that's what you do, then do it. But it's not something that's necessary for you to win. Everybody has their own offense of scheme. And it's different. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to take a little bit here, a little bit there. The thing is just it gets overwhelming when you're taking a young coach who's never been a head coach nowhere, never been an offense coordinator nowhere, never designed the offense, and you're telling him to be the head coach. So he's on the job learning. So when you say that's what he's getting paid for, no, he's not getting paid for that. He's getting paid to do what the hell they tell him to do. He don't know enough. You know what I'm saying?
Emotion also create mismatches too. So that's why the 49ers always having people wide open, running wide open. So besides the quarterback reading the defense, resetting the defense, it creates matchups and makes your offense more undefendable sometimes, because you are seeing, okay, now this linebacker is going to go with Swift now because he motioned with them, maybe the middle open, with the tight end. So it doesn't take a experienced offensive coordinator to see the simple things. If you played the game or if you watch football for a year or two, shoot, just go play Madden, God, and just do anything. Because we always calling it, we always seeing it. We on our couches saying, motion, do something. The middle is open. I don't need to be an experienced offensive coordinator, but I just got a half a brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the big deal? Like, why Nick Sirianni? Why you couldn't make that small adjustment? Then he get the questions from the press at the press conferences, and then he comes out in the next game and he starts motioning. I mean, you're letting the damn reporters do your game plan. If that's not what you do, it's not what you do.
People coach for you.
Yeah,
coaches. Yeah, I feel you. Let's go to the defense side of the ball because there's another guy that could retire, and there's another guy that definitely did not retire, and that's our boy BG. Let's see.
Do you remember the Giants game? Do you happen to see the clip of BG talking in the tunnel when a fan shouted?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's by far the best one.
I think we saw that clip in the team meeting.
You guys suck! You barely beat the Colts!
Can you finish the BG line? He started out with, "Well, we about to
beat that ass, whoop that ass."
You barely beat the Colts! We about to beat that ass!
Standing right next to him for it, man. The kid might have been 8 years old. He didn't care.
BG's back. BG is back, man. I feel like he's a leader that he need to probably speak up more in this. You got all these other new leaders. The AJ Brown, to the Jalen Hurts. You need old school leaders like BG to lead this team too, because he's not even a starter. Like, he starts, but he's not like a starter like he was before. He's a rotational starter. Just like Fletcher Cox, just like all the rest of these old cats on this football team. Like, BG for another year, do you think it is a plus or a minus for this football team? Should we have replaced him with someone younger, more talented, or is he going to be, his inspiration going to be good enough for the team to keep this team defensive line motivated?
I think it's needed. I think BG's presence is needed for the mental of this team right now. This team is fragmented right now, and it needs some stability. So I think BG coming back is a good thing. I mean, you're not paying him a lot of money, so it's not a big deal there. He still can play. So I don't mind giving up a roster spot for him for what you're looking for him to do, which is be a leader on the field, to be a leader in that locker room, and try to keep them young guys engaged. He's a very positive guy. I spend a lot of time with BG down at Chicky and Peach, when he comes and do the Brandon Graham show. So I talk to him a lot. I get a lot of stuff from him about what's going on. Obviously we ain't gonna talk about that stuff, but it's a lot of stuff that BG does for that football team. And there's a lot of things going on, man. I mean, it's sad that it's the youth and how the NFL is being ran now in terms of dealing with these young players. They're on social media now. They're on their phones at halftime. It's a whole lot.
I would say Kelce probably dropped his game a little bit. Slade's dropped his game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They started their podcasting. They're great podcasters. They're great football players, but I feel like the game slipped a little bit.
I'm going to tell you about Slade, right? Slade's a good dude, but Slade played last year like he was trying to ride that boat to the Super Bowl. He didn't want to do too much. He didn't want to hit. If you look at the games that Slay played in, right? Slay got hurt last year when we played. Remember he played Justin Jefferson in that game where he's shutting down and all that stuff? Dalvin Cook came out the backfield. Slay came up and made a nice hit on him, but it hurt his arm. Slay went out the game. Maybe 4 or 5 plays. He came back in the game. Slay hasn't been the same since. He don't hit no more. When the last time you seen Slay come up and hit somebody? You know what he do? He grabs the receiver until the whistle, until the ref blow the whistle. He pushes them out of bounds. Slay don't come up and tackle no more.
But you could say that for all our DBs besides Blankenship. That's willing to go head first, and he stays hurt. Every time he get a big hit.
But where you think they're getting it from? See, if they see your leader and your captain out there playing that style, that's how your young guys are going to play. This is what I'm talking about. When I seen it, I spoke on it too. I said, I don't like that because you're teaching our young guys that it's okay to be soft like that, that you don't have to be aggressive. But when you seen Keith Ringo, when he came in there, he was hitting. Guess who else started hitting? Rick started hitting. You said it's contagious.
Brown started like
Brown be laying that wood though for real.
Yeah. But our DBs
they hurt though. All those guys we just said that lay that wood, they stay hurt.
It's contagious. You know what I'm saying? If they see you putting that effort out, then they're going to do it too. But if they see a veteran playing soft like that, that's what they're going to do. They're going to follow that lead.
But see, I always think that we had like corners that was afraid to hit. Like we had corners that was afraid to hit, make business decisions, and that's the most frustrating part. Just watching them tackle. Like, when did you learn how to tackle? By leaning your shoulder, trying to knock somebody out. Rap. What's up with the simple rap a player, but they afraid to get run through or something's going on. Like it's frustrating. It's frustrating watching Bradbury and Slate sometimes. They're afraid to rap. Like they try to come in and whiff on somebody. I'm like, come on, man. This is 2024. This ain't no, back in the day where the guy was coming short at you and you could do that. No, you have to rap.
You know what's funny? I watched Bradbury lose his confidence.
Yeah.
In games. You know why he lost his confidence? Because he didn't get the safety help that he was expecting. Like Blankenship is a poor cover guy. All right. Blankenship will knock your head off, but he's a poor cover guy. So that's why I was telling people that we were playing Blankenship in the wrong spot. Blankenship should have been up more in the box safety.
Box safety.
He can't be your free safety because he don't have the speed and he don't have the coordination to deal with these receivers when they bend on you. When they come out and they run these waggle routes on you, they're doing it because it's an option route now. Because they're going to see wherever you open your hips up at, the quarterback knows that they're going the opposite way. So the quarterback just reads Blankenship's hips, and that's where he goes with the ball. But see, Bradbury was playing underneath. So now if Blankenship gets beat, it looks like Bradbury got beat. So Bradbury started losing confidence in himself because he felt now he's out there on his own. It was so much individuality being played out there. That's why Kevin Byard looked like he looked. Kevin Byard can play, bro.
Yes.
He can still play.
Yep.
But it was that continuity. See, we was hurt by injuries. We started taking linebackers, bro, off the streets. We got corners, slot corners off the street. Where did we really think that we were going to win something when you got all these misfits defensive players out there? I wanted
5 starters.
I wanted us to, but there was no realistic way that our defense was going to be good with all of this mismatch stuff. There was no continuity. That's why the one thing you needed to be constant was your offense. And we dropped the ball.
Yeah, at a certain point, I think it was by week 6 or 7, we had 10 different defensive lineup. 10 different defensive lineup. And we lost 5 starters. Yes, they wasn't superstars, but the continuity was there.
Yeah.
When you have brand new everything and now a new defensive coordinator, I was surprised we was 10-1
Mhm.
because I expected, especially with our schedule, I expected us to, like I had picked us going 12-5, but to start off 10-1 was the offense was carrying us. Like the offense was doing their thing in the beginning. We was a top 3 offense. Swift was at least a top 2 running back when he was getting the ball, and then we started just falling off the sides.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you say that. What do you guys think about? Because I know JC got a tweet that's going viral right now. You know, is Swift the guy or not? Because there are a lot, and the salary cap just went up, so we can't really say the money part of it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the money part of it really not that big of a deal no more.
Mm-mm.
But there's a lot of top end backs from Josh Jacob, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, like a lot of big name backs out there. Do we spend the money on one of these guys, or do we just bring back Swift?
Let me say this here. Our problem is we can't get we failed to get a back that could pick up the blitz. Everybody wanted to know why Swift wasn't playing as much because he was a poor blitz pickup. You know what I'm saying? Poor blocking. That's why we was using Gainwell. Gainwell was our best blocking back. That's not supposed to be. Swift should have been able to pick up that. So whatever player we go and get, who I think we should get Josh Jacobs because he's an all-around back. You know what I'm saying? He picks up blitz good. He can catch the ball out the backfield. He can run the ball. He played with Jalen at Alabama. You know, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That is my guy that I would like to have. I would bring, and now if I had to do the little tango dance, give me Swift back and give me Derrick Henry.
That's what I feel like.
And we good.
That's like if you go for a Saquon or Jacobs, you're going for one. But if you go for Derrick Henry, you can still bring back Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Because Henry don't want that much. But I think Henry made his money. And he know that he ain't best back in the league no more.
Yeah,
but the things he could do inside that 20 yards, you know what I'm saying? 20 on the 20 yard between 20 and goal line, Derrick Henry could be a beast on our football team with our offensive line that we got. You know what I'm saying?
The only question is this. All right, if you're gonna go out and spend the money on a running back, are we gonna be a run dominant team to be able to say, you know what? That's why we went out and got this dude, because we never been a power back type of team. Last season, Sanders rushed for over 1,300 yards. Why? Because we had Jalen with the threat of him running. So now that opens up any running back we put back there. I'll just say Swift because I like his running style. Like when healthy, people forget he was a top 10 pick, for a reason. The only reason why Detroit let him go is because of injuries. And you see when he's healthy, he's electric. I mean, he's hurdling people, like his quickness, he's shifty, and he could catch the ball out of the backfield. So I really think if we go out and get a Barkley and Henry, are we going to change into a run first type of team?
But you think about it, when we went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, it's because we ran the ball a lot. We could have ran even more, but we ran the ball a lot more than we did last year. And to your point, I will say this about this. Jalen wasn't hurt last year. Swift would have a lot more. It would have had a lot more yards. We wouldn't even be talking right now about if we're bringing Swift back right now. Because I think Jalen being hurt took a lot out of a whole running game as a whole. Because you think about it, Jalen's good when he's a dual threat. Jalen's not going to ever be – if it's a season where Jalen's just a pocket quarterback, I don't give a fuck if he throws 4,000 yards a year. We're not winning a Super Bowl. His skill level, his talent is to be a dual threat quarterback to where he – stresses the defense out both ways. If you're not stressing the defense out both ways, you're not doing your job.
Let me say this here. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. Our O-line fell off. Okay, there was no holes being opened up. How many times we seen Swift dive into the ground? He dive into the ground because he's getting what he can get. We weren't blowing nobody off the ball. Our O-line was getting down. That was one of the. Remember I gave you my 4-point system. Our O-line against their D-line. You know how many times we lost that battle last year, man? A lot. Our line against the opposite team's O-line. We lost that battle late in it. You know what I'm saying? If that O-line don't open up them holes, I don't give a damn what back we bring in here. I'm telling you, Jeff Stoutland has to be held accountable moving forward. Now he get you know, if y'all want to give him a pass for last year, you can. I'm not. I need to see some change in that offensive line. We need to get back to, because I always told y'all, our offensive line never really been that great. Jalen was, I'm trying to tell you, I told you this here before. When you have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts and he stick that ball there, the DN is not moving until they know what Jalen is doing. You know what that's doing? That's giving AJ and Devontae a chance to get on top of the corners. So now Jalen can do what he want to do, and he can't miss. But when you got this here, and you showing that, and that DN now is rushing, that's why Jalen's rush yards went down. Because DNs didn't have to honor that no more. Because we changed the offense to the field. We weren't running the option.
You see, I agree with you with our O-line when it comes to pass blocking. But run blocking, I mean, with Kelce pulling, with Lane Johnson, with Mariota pulling, those guys were top of the league. You know, yes, with the pass blocking, you know, but when it comes to run blocking, I mean, they are.
So why couldn't we run the ball?
I do think both of those guys took a step back last year.
Why couldn't we
last year? And Kelce took a step back last year.
Why couldn't ball?
Because they took the RPO away.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. The RPO is what made our O-line look like it was more than it was.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all I'm saying.
But because Jalen got hurt too.
Yeah, I'm not telling you.
Jalen never ran that one run last year. Did you look at Jalen running that football and think he was a Jalen for the year before? That one. Like every single time, even when he gained 20 yards, 30 yards, it was not the same last year as it was the year before. That's a fact.
So coming in this year, we got to be much better up front. Ain't no excuses. We got to be.
How are we gonna be better without a guy like Jason Kelce on the offensive line?
Easy. You got to understand. This is football. There's 1,500 players in the NFL. Let's not act like Jason Kelce is the only center in the world.
He's the best center.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You're asking him to hike the ball and block. Call out assignments. That's his job. That's the center's job. I don't need the best center in the game to win ball games. I need you to
one with the best center in the game.
No, I need you to do your job. Bro, it's 32 teams in the league. How many centers can you sit here and tell me right now that's not good? Tell me one. That's the point.
The other 32 teams besides the Eagles and Chiefs.
Nah, bro. Nah. Dallas have a good center. There's good centers all around.
They do got one.
You know what I'm saying? You just do your job, bro. I don't need a Pro Bowl at every position. I need you to do your fucking job. That's all we need to do. We out here trying to do other people. No, do your job. All this Jalen's got to be more boisterous. No, he don't. Jalen got to do his job.
Right.
If everybody do their damn job, we ain't got to worry about nothing. That's the culture in New England. Do your job. That got them 7 Super Bowls. We sitting here talking about, our quarterback got to be more of a hype guy, slap people on the ass and curse people out. No, he don't. Our quarterback got to learn a new offense now.
Hey, and last year was a new offense, and I think that's why he took a step back too.
Bro, I'm just trying to tell you. Listen,
you see what happened from year 1 to year 2 with Jalen. He excelled.
I want
3. New offense, not so great.
Yeah, but what I need people to stop doing is let's stop saying Jalen took a step back. Because when you look at the game for what it is.
Let's talk about it. He took a step back, and I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan. Look at the jersey. I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan. He took a step back last year.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's not because of injury. I'm not going to say that because he looks hurt all year long. But I will say his game took a step back. Whether it's coordinators, whether it's injury, whether you want to throw both of them together, mix it up with one ball, but he wasn't the same as last year.
Okay, but question. What part of Jalen's game, forget about the injury, what part of Jalen's game that he took a step back?
The running.
Okay, the running. All right. Now, statistically, Jalen had a better year this year than he did last year. And we went to the Super Bowl. Yes, statistically. He had 39 touchdowns this year. More. He set a record for touchdowns. Okay? This year. Not last year, this year. Okay? So that's
push tush. Come on.
Huh?
The push tush. Hey, that's another question we gotta ask. Is the push tush still guaranteed without Kelce? But go ahead and finish your day. We'll talk about that next.
People laugh at the tush push, but it was the tush push that tied the damn game up in the Super Bowl.
That is true.
Okay, so let's not poo-poo the tush push. All right. First of all, who in the hell in the right state of mind going to pass the ball on the half-yard line other than Seattle? Okay,
right.
Seattle.
So yeah,
the whole system down.
How about the Kansas City game where or the Buffalo game in overtime, right? Where he drops back, fake and draws and run in. That wasn't no tush push. That wasn't the game. You see what I'm saying? We have to listen. Now back to what I'm saying. I'm gonna prove to you that he didn't take a step back. This year coming in, we all knew that we were playing a first place schedule, right? We was going to Patrick Mahomes, Tua, Dak Prescott,
Josh Allen.
Guess what?
Josh Allen. Yeah.
He beat all of them.
He did beat everybody good.
He beat all of them. Hold on. He also set records, NFL records. 6 straight games, down 10 at halftime. We won.
Facts.
Okay. We won 11 games. We won 6 games against teams with winning records. That is the most in the NFL of all the quarterbacks. You understand what I'm saying? So when you say that he took a step back, we played the better defenses this year, more than any team. So that means Jalen Hurts' job was that much harder. So to say that he take a step, no, he didn't take a step back. It's just that he wasn't able to dominate them bad teams because we didn't play them.
Yeah, and also I think he played better this year, given the schedule and given the coaching.
Yes,
the coaching was so predictable that Jalen had to do more this year than he ever had to do before. So in our eyes, he might have took a step back, right? Some people say, but we have to look at the schedule, the opponent, the comeback win, double digit, like against the Commanders.
But he was hurt.
Right?
That's what I'm saying,
double digits. But
healthy Jalen would looked a lot better than that. If Jalen wasn't hurt all year long, he would have looked a lot better than he even did this year. Like, in terms of step back, I'm not saying in terms of like number rise, really, in terms of the progression that he was on. You know, you see Jalen from year 1 to year 2 to year 3, right? Like, if he wasn't hurt, it would have looked a lot better.
But here's what you're not doing, right? You're not compartmentalizing when you're saying, okay, let's say he wasn't hurt, right? But well, first of all, while he was hurt, that was some of his best play from the pocket. You know what Jalen was? Jalen was 71% from the pocket. 71 from the pocket. So what I'm saying to you is that you trade off the rushing yards and you got the passing yards. So if he runs more and get the rushing yards, then you're not going to have the passing yards. So there's really not a step back. There's not where he took a step. He never took a step back. He actually did better than I thought he would in a new damn offense that was basically trash. But we went on and put up as many points as we did and won as many games as we did with all of that change. That is to be commended. Not see, we listen to buzzwords because we hear it on ESPN, we hear it on all the sports shows, and it beats you into, oh, Jalen Hurts took a step back. He has
15 turnovers.
Right.
That's
but check this back. I'm glad you said that. Out of them 15 interceptions, 7 of them wasn't his fault. Dallas Goedert fell down on a play, right? That ball gets picked off. Guess who that interception go to? Jalen. Dallas Goedert tips the ball in the Jets game, right? To the linebacker, right in his hands. Guess who gets that interception? Jalen.
Swift went the wrong route. Remember against the Bucks, I think he was supposed to go this way, but then a miscommunication.
Right. Jalen Hurts throws the ball in the end zone to Quez Watkins, scared to death, right? The dude grabbed Quez Watkins' jersey. That should have been pass interference. That was the interception. Yeah. How about the one that A.J. Brown slipped in the end zone that got picked off? How about the one? You see what I'm saying? We can do this. That's why I don't care about now. If they was poor decisions, I'll be the first to tell you. It wasn't no Josh Allen Jones. Like Josh Allen literally threw poor 3 interceptions in the Jets game.
There were some poor decisions, Jaden.
I didn't say there wasn't. I did not say there wasn't. I said there wasn't 15 of them. That's all I'm saying.
I love Jalen. I do love Jalen. I'm not gonna say I don't love him. He's my guy. But he turnovers really killed me with him last year, for real. And you can say the offensive coordinator having shitty plays. You can say that players not being as good as they were the year before. You can say whatever you want, but at the same time, there was a lot of them too, where it's just Jalen Hurts dropping the ball. You know,
look, I really think that this upcoming season, Hurts is going to have one of his best seasons. Like, honest truth, like no lie, I think he's going to have.
He's on deck again. He's on deck again. Like it was before he got the contract, Jalen Hurts again. And now he realized he spent too much time doing commercials and shit.
I don't believe this crap, man. I don't believe you get paid, you fall off anything. The problem is team adjusts to you as a player. Is the coaching that got to put you in the right position. Just because you get paid more, that doesn't mean it all got to be on your shoulders.
It was both. You got paid plus the offseason.
Stop saying that, man.
It was short. It wasn't not. He made the Super Bowl, man. You got a short offseason.
That makes zero sense.
That contract. Plus now you got.
That is a weak mind thinking. That is you just saying what everybody else is saying right there. That's not you saying it because you believe.
What we say about Dak Prescott when Dak got paid? Dak.
What?
After he got paid, did he not have a worse season?
No.
Yeah, Dak had a worse season after
he got hurt. So you can't. I mean, just because you hurt, don't mean you have a look.
Everybody get paid and play.
That makes zero sense.
Horrible when
that makes zero sense.
I was hoping my dude Jalen Hurts would not be that guy.
But you are
when you get the first 3 years, Jalen. I mean, JC. What were we saying about Jalen the first 3 years?
What?
He don't turn over the football. What did he do all last year?
That makes
turn over the football.
The problem is so how can we blame Jalen for turning
lack of preparation
football? Okay, so how can we can we blame Jalen? All right, hey, let me say something real quick. Hey, how can we blame Jalen and fire our coaching staff? Make that make sense.
Should have fired all of them.
No, make it make sense. So you can't blame the quarterback.
Because you can't fire a guy that you just gave $250 million to.
Look, man.
Right?
You're talking nonsense.
Right?
Hey, this is not content. This is nonsense. Okay?
Is that not right?
I need you to talk content.
Is that not right? You just gave him $250 million. You're not going to fire the quarterback.
Bro.
You didn't have that bad of a year to fire
People
him.
started saying that Jalen
he took a step back from the year before.
That makes I guess. Hey, next topic, man. Like this is debating with look. I don't have time to debate nonsense, right? I mean, if you want to debate,
JC, you don't say his play dropped a little bit from the year before.
We can't blame the offensive coordinator and say Jalen Hurts play drop. Make that make sense.
The turnovers. Oh my God, that was his staple, man. That was the thing that you definitely didn't see from him. Was the turnovers. It's about 15 interceptions. What about the
Josh Allen take a step back every year?
I didn't care about Josh Allen.
Okay, that makes you cannot say.
I don't care about Josh Allen does.
So Dak Prescott
every year, bro. All I care.
So Dak Prescott took a step back coming off injury last year because the year before that because he threw a lot of
interceptions. Trash. We're not talking about him either. Right. We're talking about Jalen Hurts, MVP candidate.
How was he a top Like he was leading the MVP when he was 10-1. How is that possible, right? And he still had those high interceptions leading the MVP talk. Also, we started losing. He started fading back at the MVP race, and that's when his play fell off. That makes zero sense, man. All right.
You can't tell me there wasn't games you looked at Jalen like, really?
Yes, and I blame the offensive coordinators. Like he had no options to throw to. He's running for his life. Man, as soon as the ball was snapped, as soon as the ball is snapped,
True to a little bit.
It's like run.
But that's his job.
The ball even hit his hand. He's running because the linebackers are going up the A gap.
So what do you say about the people that say he was calling his own plays last year?
Man, look, I don't care about that. These are rumors, not confirmed. I don't like rumors. I hate rumors, man. I hate rumors because we could talk about rumors all day, and that's what AJ.
AJ agreed,
but then we're doing the same thing.
They did do that. AJ said it himself that they were making their own plays up.
Okay, but you talk. Well, look, I don't know. Like I don't know. Hey, look. Hey, maybe it was one play. I don't know. Like I can't sit here and say, hey, what do I feel about this? Because I don't know. Because the way the offensive coordinator was calling plays, I would not blame them. The way how bad those offensive plays was called, I would not blame them. I go back to street ball. I'm like, hey, get open. Hey, you run out. You want to streak. You want to curl. Like, I would call my own plays too. Because I'm pretty sure they could have called a better game plan than what Brian Johnson was calling. And that was my biggest fear going into the season. Will Brian Johnson be as good or as hard on Jalen Hurts than compared to somebody that don't know Hurts? I told you that. You was like,
Eddie. I was even saying that 10-1 that Jalen took a step back. That's not true. Like, even at 10-1, I'm still thinking like he wasn't as good as he was the year before. But I believe it's more because of the injury than anything. Like, whenever you take away, like, it's like when you got superpowers and you only got half your superpowers, obviously you're not going to be as good as you have all your superpowers. Like, as good as you guys want to say Jalen was this year, imagine if his knee wasn't messed up and he was 100% healthy last year, he probably would have been MVP.
Look, I don't know how bad his knee was because he still was running fine to me at a certain point.
You think he was running fine last year, the whole year?
He was running fine. I mean,
no,
he was
running
after the bye week. He was running.
He ran like an old man.
All right. So listen to this. Listen to this. I don't need Jalen Hurts to be Michael Vick. I just need the threat of him. Hold on. Let me say. Hold on. No. I don't need him. I don't need him to be Michael Vick. I need him just to have the threat of running, and that will help us out a lot. But we didn't see that because the RPO was taken away. So we don't know if team respected him running. Yes, he could look slow all day, but he was still getting big yards. Like, did you see the run against the Bills? That was a 15-plus yard run right up the middle. He looked fine running, outrunning the linebackers to me.
It was wide open.
But what do you want to running? Hey, a quarterback to do run through guys? He's a goddamn quarterback.
Look, even he missed Philly. He looked slower last year.
I'm not saying that he was complete, like that he was 100% healthy, but I'm not going to act like that team still didn't respect him. If we would have run more RPO, we can't blame the coaching all season long and then blame the player the same way. Like, look, it's either going to be Hurts fell off or coaching was good. And it was Hurts' fault that we lost.
At the end of the season, it was both of them. All of them. Everybody on the team was trash.
All right. Man, that's the topic, man. So we wrap this up.
Okay. What do the Eagles need to bounce back?
Shit. I mean, a whole new defense. Let's start there.
Really?
A whole new
D-line's good?
Wait. You asked me a question. I think we need a whole new defense besides the defensive line, but only because our linebackers were trash, our safeties is on IR, like Blankenship can't stay healthy. Our DBs are slow. They look washed. They both look washed. People is putting up Slay stats, this and this. I watched Slay get burnt. is only because the wide receiver dropped the ball or the quarterback overthrew the ball. It wasn't because he was locking anybody down. Like so to me, like we need 2 new DBs, 3 new linebackers, 2 new safety. Put Blankenship in the box.
Yeah.
Cindy Brown is not coming off.
Are you going to cut everybody? Is that what you said?
No, I'm just saying upgrade. Look, I'm just saying upgrade a little bit. But I'm
cutting everybody.
If our defense was half,
2 new DBs,
if our defense was half
2 safeties, 3 DBs, like
okay, but if our defense was half decent last year, we would have make it deep.
But see, you told me about that too. Was it really them or was it the coaches?
I said, that's what I'm saying. I say, if our defense was half decent, yes, it's coaching matters. But then when you look at the DBs, they're playing 10 yards off. The same issue we had the previous year, 10 yards off on 3rd and 1, and you playing 10 yards back. I mean, to me, that's just they don't believe in a bump and run. And then guess what? When Bradbury tried to bump and run against Seattle, he got beat. So remember against Seattle, the game-winning touchdown.
Are you on the side that we need to get rid of Bradbury too?
Look, I just feel like I
Who
don't
need to get rid of, JC? That's what I'm saying. Who would you cut today if you were Howie Roseman?
Both linebackers go.
What do you mean by both?
Cunningham and Morrow. Was it Morrow?
Yeah, it was Morrow.
And of course, Shat. They all got to go.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them. Maybe Cunningham, like you can make a case for, you know what I mean, our best run tackle, you know, a linebacker. But the rest was a joke. Hey, no Kobe Dean. We don't know what no Kobe Dean is about. So you need to bring in at least 2 more linebackers. And whether through the draft or go in free agency. You definitely need linebackers. I think that's our biggest need is linebackers. Because the DBs, if you get good linebacker play, especially when it comes to stopping the run, and then get some good, you know, defensive line play, if you're not dropping them back, our DBs could survive. But if you're getting no pressure on a quarterback, you can't stop the run with the linebackers, we have no shot.
So 3 linebackers. He said Bradbury linebackers and new safeties.
I definitely think we need safety too.
But okay. How about this though? What about getting like an Eddie Jackson and bringing back what's his name?
Gardner?
No. The guy's on the team right now.
CJ?
No, the guy's on the team right now. Byard.
Look, hey, I'm a big fan of Byard. I really think that it was the scheme that we was running. Anytime, man, you switch your defensive coordinator mid-season. Like, what do you expect? And now you got 2 different guys in your head. And then dropping back your 2 best pass rushers, your 2 best, Reddick and Sweat. You're dropping them back. Like making them, what was we playing? A 3-4? Because that's the only reason why I could say, okay, you dropping Reddick back into, a linebacker, but that's not his strength. Reddick's strength is not covering. So you dropping those guys back, man, I don't know, man. I just think on the defensive side, that's our biggest need. We should focus a lot of money on the defensive side, and we'll see where it goes. Because on offense, to me, look, the running back, you could bring back Swift, or you could sign whoever you want. And then you could, like Ozzie, look, he did fine for me in the slot. But guess what? We want an electric player. But how
There's
often?
A lot of receivers in the draft I think is better than Ozzie.
But are we going to use them?
Yeah.
See? But we couldn't even use the ones we had.
Devontae and AJ both had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
I say slot.
I'm saying, like, we could use them.
But the thing is this. The Philadelphia Eagles do not use the slot. But I'm hoping that changed with Kellen Moore because CeeDee Lamb was, mostly in the slot when he was there.
Gallup.
And he played great.
Was offensive coordinator. Gallup was the one that had the 1,000-yard season.
I don't know.
Because there was Cooper, Lamb, and Gallup had the 1,000-yard season because Gallup was the third receiver.
Nah, but Lamb was playing more in the slot. That's why we kept on saying that Lamb is a slot receiver. He's not a big threat outside wide receiver. He was more in the slot. But so that's my take on the defense, man. So we definitely need to focus. Either get Buda Baker.
Are you doing it agency or saying draft? Like, or are you saying a combination of both? Like, that was a lot of players you said we need on defense.
Well, we definitely gotta look a mixture. All right. So look, I'll pick. All right, look, I'll go after a veteran safety and draft a safety. I go after a veteran linebacker and draft a linebacker. So that's 2 veterans, 2 draft picks.
2 safeties, 2 veterans.
Yeah. So then
That is true.
Gallup 1,000 yards. That's why I'm taking rid of Cooper.
Gallup was a problem. That's what I'm saying. Before he got hurt, in that Kellen Moore offense, I remember Gallup was the guy you worried about because everybody paid so much attention to Cooper and CD that Gallup, he had 1,000 yards receiving that year. So we do need a third receiver, I think. And I don't really like what's his name again? Ozzy, whatever the boy name is. I gave up on Quez Watkins, but this draft has a bunch of legit second and third round receivers that I think we can add to this team, make it different. From McCaffrey's brother, I talked to Luke McCaffrey at the Senior Bowl. He looked good out there. Roman Wilson from Michigan, good receiver. The dude, Lad McConkey from Georgia. You talking about Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice son? He's not no starter, but he'd definitely be an awesome third receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of guys we can plug and play into that third receiver spot. I think the Eagles should draft in the second round. One of those 2 second-round picks would be one of those cats I just said.
No, that's too hard.
Legit,
man.
Leggett from South Carolina, that dude reminds me of A.J. Brown. When you see him in person,
but we can't say. Yeah, but that's too high, man. A second round for a wide receiver? No, we have more needs on defense. So why are we wasting a second round
agency?
Yeah, AJ and Smitty.
We can do all that stuff in free agency. You see how many good free agents are coming out of the defense side of football? Trade for Queen. Everybody been asking for Queen this whole time. Go trade for him. Go get the guy. You can pay Queen. Go get him now. We got $30 extra million. Go get him. Go bring Queen to the squad. Or even White. They just released White. Did they not? I hear now everybody since they released him talk about how White is trash now. Like I don't ever remember seeing White being trash. He's been a good linebacker since I've seen him.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a good linebacker for sure.
Go pick him up. They just released his ass. Go pick him up. You got the money to go do whatever you want. Like in terms of some of these, I think linebacker need to be a veteran. I'm tired of these young cats for linebacker, and I do want Jeremiah Trier Jr. I know everybody tries to say, "Oh, it's the name." It's not just the fucking name. The dude can lay wood out there in the football field. He is one of the better cover linebackers out of the top three that are out there. And his size overall is just big. Like I feel like, and he can blitz. So it's like, I think he might be better than Dean. So I do want a Trotter on the team. I'll be down for Trotter to come into the team.
I'll just think of the name.
But I do think you need to go get a number one first. Every team needs a number one. You can't have a bunch of twos, okay? You can't just be like a team full of twos. You got to have some number one guys in there. And linebacker is definitely a position. You got to have a number one guy in there. And you got to go, and that's free agency. If you go bring me White, go bring me Patrick Queen, bring me Queen, or go trade the Niners for one of their linebackers, Warner, or somebody, because this ain't legit, man. This ain't legit. We got to do something, man. We got to do something at the linebacker spot. The safety spot, I don't feel as bad because I feel like we got a lot of good young cornerbacks right now that I don't feel like we need to go put no money in cornerback. We don't need to trade for no cornerbacks. We don't need to put no money in a cornerback. I think our cornerbacks are fine, to be honest with you. Like, Bradbury can leave and we still be good because Rodgers that didn't play last year. I think he's going to
Yeah.
be a good addition to the team this year. I think that another year with Riggs, Job, these guys, they play some good ball when we ask them to play at young guys. And that you got a good defensive back coach. These guys should play a lot better next year than they did. And Ringo, too. Yeah, I forgot about Ringo. Ringo, too. That's 3 young cornerbacks that actually got some playing time. And actually, yeah, they had some bad plays. Yes, they're young. But they also have some good plays. So I think one of those 2 could be your other starting cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the cornerbacks are good. Safety, I do think Sidney Brown getting hurt is kind of bad because he was actually, ascending as a young player and he could have got better. And that injury is going to definitely – we don't even know if he ever going to come back to be as good as we've seen him play because that leg injury is always a big injury for anybody. For anybody in the NFL. So it's like, go get a stud-ass linebacker. Go get you a Patrick Queen. Go get you somebody that you can rely on and count on. Bring that heat at the linebacker spot and, go draft one. I think we're good, man. Like, on offense, the only thing I think we need is a running back. I'm all votes for bringing Swift back. Let him be our lead back for one more year. Plus, I never even got an H0 jersey, so I want to get one of those. Bring Swift back on the offense. Go draft one of these young receivers to help out this offense to be a third receiver. And then the rest of the offense is set, man. Like, go get you a nice guard in the 3rd, 4th round to come push steam for a competition. You got BG back on the D line. Let's go get Montez Sweat 2nd round. I think Montez Sweat will be a great addition to the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. Even if Fletcher Cox's leave, I think Montez Sweat can replace him. You add him with a guy like Jalen Carter. You add Jalen Carter, Montez Sweat, and Jordan Davis. You got one of the best young defensive tackle groups in the whole entire NFL. So, the Eagles, we should win the Super Bowl this year. I'm back on that train. Like, it's Super Bowl or bust. Super Bowl or bust.
Bro, let's just see how they built the team first, man.
No, Super Bowl. Because you got enough money, you got enough draft capital. If you don't pull it out, then Howie needs to get fired. Then Nick needs to get fired. And all these motherfuckers need to get the hell out of here.
Bro, let's see how the roster get put before we talk about Super Bowl. But, yeah, man.
Okay, before we get out here, give me, now that Jason Kelce's retired, I wanted to talk about this earlier when we were talking about Jason. Give me your Philadelphia Eagles Mount Rushmore. Is he on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How many Mount Rushmore? 4 or 5?
I think it's like 4 or I don't know, man. I think it's like
your Mount Rushmore, Philadelphia.
All right, so there's no order, right? Look, I'm just going
to have order, yeah.
No order. Now, Brian Dawkins, man. Yo, to me, man, he has to be on there. Jason Kelce, Dawkins. Oh man, I definitely think I'm Jason Peters. Jason Peters, man, yo, he's definitely one of mine.
Tackles get really hard on me.
Huh?
Good ones.
The what?
I said tackles get really hard on me. We had a lot of good ones. He was one of the best for sure. You got Lane Johnson still though. You got Runyon was an awesome tackle.
Yeah, but man, I'm talking about dominance. Like, you know what I mean? Jason Peters, Dawkins, Kelce. I gotta go with D-Jack, man.
Yeah.
I got him on there, man.
Thomas was awesome too. You're right, Philly.
Yeah, I gotta put D-Jack on there.
I love D-Jack.
And the last one, oh man, this is tough, man. Because I'm between, man.
Who are you between?
I'm between, man, putting Hurts on there. I'm between putting Zach Hurts.
Oh, this shit hurts.
No, not Jalen Hurts. Get out of here.
What?
Nah. I'm between putting Zach Ertz on there, or
oh man, that's hardcore right there though. Because you can't hate and say no.
yeah.
And say no. I don't know, but that's your Mount Rushmore. You can do what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. It just.
Are you gonna do it?
Nah.
In the chat, give me your Mount Rushmore of Philadelphia Eagles.
Because I'm trying to think the errors.
What about Westbrook too?
What? But see, if you put Westbrook, then you gotta put Shady because he broke all Westbrook records, I think. So, like, you know what I mean? So if you do Westbrook and Shady them, like, he's a leading rusher in Eagles history. You know what I mean? So like he did, like he done broke a lot of
so
Westbrook before Hurts. Oh man,
Westbrook or Shady.
Yeah. It's hard, man, because
make it. You gotta make a decision. This is a decision time, okay? I don't need your top 5 Eagles of all time, basically. What's your list? You said Dawkins. You said Kelce.
Bro.
You said
JP. Yeah.
So you need 2 more.
D-Jack, man. I said
D-Jack. 4. One
yeah.
more guy. Who's your last guy?
Yeah, this is tough. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 4 for now.
No, you gotta give me the 5th guy, JC.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of players are like, to me, Asante Samuels could be on there, like debatable. Yeah, Donovan McNabb could be on there. But Donovan McNabb, man, yes, he did a lot with nothing.
What about even Andy Reid?
Oh, but I mean, coaches too. Yeah, Andy Reid. You know, that's no brainer. But I was trying to think of just players. But
okay, we can just go players.
Yeah.
Shady though, wow. You know what? Everybody be saying this about Reggie White, and I love Reggie. Don't get me wrong; he's one of the best ever to play it, but he's more of a Green Bay Packer to me.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
I feel like Eagle fans, we try to clamor on to that Green Bay Packer Reggie and be like, oh, he was our player. No, Reggie was great.
I'm going to put Lane Johnson.
Ooh.
I'll put three offensive linemen because I feel like for a while, I got to put Lane Johnson on there.
Okay. So if I'm giving you Mount Rushmore, I'm giving you Randall Cunningham is definitely the number 1 guy on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
He was the quarterback of quarterbacks that made all this start happening. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have
because of that, or
you wouldn't have a Jalen
Hurts. Are you just playing
none of these cats? If it wasn't for Randall Cunningham, he is on my Mount Rushmore.
But are you just putting him on there because he was the first that started it, or accomplishments in Philly? Like
both.
Okay.
And number 2 is going to be Jason Kelce. He is the best center we've ever had. He's the best center in the league. He's the best center ever to play the game. And he's a little guy, so I got to give all little guys much love, more love than what they like. I like how you said D-Jax, because he is my favorite Eagle receiver of all time. So I am definitely putting D-Jax on that list. So that's 3. Number 4, Brian Dawkins. I definitely got to bring Brian Dawkins for sure.
Yeah. So you got 3 of mine on there.
And then number 5.
Like the 5th one is hard because we didn't have, like, besides Trotter, man, you know.
It's hard though.
I mean, that linebacker position. I mean, you could.
I low-key want to put Trotter because he is legendary. Like, we ain't never had a linebacker since Trotter like that, for real. But I do like Fletcher Cox. I do like.
No, I won't put Fletch. I'll put BG before Fletch. Honest truth.
And I do like Shady. I'll put Shady. Shady's my number 5. LaShawn McCoy, the best back to ever put on the midnight green.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Who's better?
I mean, well, right now. So yeah, possibly.
Oh, you think if Swift come back, he can be better?
I definitely think that if he stays healthy and
He was
play,
healthy last year.
yeah, he was. But if he's getting used right, stay healthy, that he has the ability to surpass Shady, even in one regular. He rushed for over
Do you think
1,000
any
yards
running
and
back
barely got
ever been on
used.
our team long
Oh,
enough?
Shady best season rushing.
But do you think any running back is ever going to be our team long enough to break the record? Shady has all the records. But how many years did Shady play on our team? He played on our team for like 7 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's definitely
Not another running back even got close to like in that many years on our football team. And do you think the way the league's set up now, that we ever have another running back have that many years on our team? It's a question.
well.
Shady's gonna always be the greatest Eagle running back of all time. We're gonna have to retire the number 25, cut on a dime, Shady McCoy.
Retired at number 25.
You wouldn't do that?
Nah.
Damn, you're a Shady hater?
Nah. But I mean, we timed the number because he's a leading rusher. And he didn't, he played about
Shady. I don't know if he could do that. I love Westbrook too, though. Westbrook was legit. I don't know if you can say he was better than Shady. What do you think?
Yeah.
If you want to give Westbrook, I feel like you got to give Darren Sproles some love then.
All right, man. Now we getting ridiculous. Mount Rushmore. We getting crazy talk right now. Crazy talk. All right, man. Hey,
NFL Combine Worthy just ran the fastest 40 of all time. Do the Eagles need to draft them?
No.
You don't want Worthy from Texas at all. 0%.
But not like you're trying to draft a wide receiver in the first 2 rounds or so. Like, I don't think we need, a top receiver.
That's how we even got good. Was going back-to-back years of number 1 draft picks for receivers. Is not right? Did we not get better going back-to-back first-round picks for receivers? First-round pick for A.J. Brown brought to the team. First-round pick for Devontae Smith brought to the team.
Yeah, but we traded for A.J. Brown.
Grace it is.
Okay. All right.
Let's go again. The 3rd year in a row. Well, actually, we didn't get one last year. So 3 out of 4 years, first-round pick, Worthy from Texas, the fastest man to ever run a 40-yard dash in the history of the NFL. And he can be your slot receiver with Smitty and AJ. And then now you got speed, you got possession, and you got power.
Okay.
You like it?
No, but okay. I'm not gonna sit here all night. I gotta go. I'm not gonna sit here all night and debate wide receivers, man. So if you want to put wide receivers and draft them in the first 2 rounds when we have plenty of holes on defense, then I guess we're gonna be an offensive team. They gotta outscore people. So
JC's mad. We gotta get him out of here. He goes, I respect that. He's getting mad right now. I gotta get out of here. I can keep going all night. JC gotta go to work in the morning. Goddamn.
Yeah. Some of us
be worried about going to work. So let's go, man. Hey, shout out to we still got 55 people in the chat right now. 55 people. Salute to all you guys. Make sure you hit JC Sports Talks channel up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. BGN Sports Media. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. BIRDGANG 31. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. A lot of you guys have been on Facebook. Come on, convert over to the YouTube side. But hey, I don't even care if you do or not. Thanks for rocking with me on the whole Facebook side too as well. So the truth is always going to bring you the truth, and that's all we do is bring you the truth. You listen to BG, you're going to go somewhere. JC might leave you, wanting a little bit more, but BG's always going to get you right.
Yeah, BG will make you homeless by betting all your money.
Bet on the Eagles this year. Speaking of that, go right now. Put all your life savings on the Eagles winning the Super Bowl this year. I promise you, you will remember it when I said that. And all I want is 10%. If you win it, I want 10%. So
if you lose, BG will give you your money back.
BG ain't give me shit. I ain't gonna lie to you like that. I got kids and shit. But hey, salute to all you guys, man. Hey, final words is the Eagles are about to destroy the offseason. We're about to be the best team again. We got veteran coaches. We don't got all these young bucks trying to make a name. We actually got people that got names and shit. So I think this is gonna be the year the Eagles go to Super Bowl. The Eagles bring back that trophy, baby, to Philadelphia like we need to do so. Make sure you stay tuned. We will drop any new news, out there. And, like I said, fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Birds.
And I'm going to leave you on some BG stuff before I get out of here. We out. Peace.
Yes. I feel so bad for you having to play in the rain.
What you mean? This is the most fun I ever have in the rain. I had too much fun.
Backpedals to the 30. In trouble. He's not going to get away this time. Graham back to him first.
Oh man, that's having my family around the game, free time. I mean, it just gives me an extra something for that game.